Welcome back. Today is Veterans Day, a day where we can honor our service members for risking their lives for our freedom.
Even though he's not a veteran, former 49er quarterback Alex Smith says working with veterans changed his life. ABC 7 News anchor Reggie Key spoke to Smith and to Major General Bob Labruta about the Connect with the Veteran initiative that can go beyond just thanking them for their service.
Something that I was just reading is so concerning to me, the fact that we're seeing more veterans taking their own lives. I was stunned to see the numbers are going up year to year. There isn't, I would say, an accurate number, but anywhere between 17 veterans and 40 veterans per day, depending on the study that you look at, who die by suicide. And that is just entirely too many. And I know both of you are really concerned about this and are working to try to do some outreach, Alex, with folks who may just need a phone call or a text.
Yeah, exactly. You said it. You know, really, this I think comes down to a connection and our welcoming our veterans back into our community. And I think so often as civilians, we don't know what to say or do. And, you know, certainly we're so appreciative of the folks that serve and protect us. And this initiative is about that, right? We can do more. We need to do more. And as you can imagine, here are these veterans that, like, again, have been a part of the greatest team on the planet. And then now we're transitioning back to civilian life and oftentimes feel isolated and alone. And this is about us in our communities doing more, right? And not just on Veterans Day, every day of the year, right here going forward. And it can be from the smallest of things and conversations and a cup of coffee and a meal, or going and volunteering at a veteran facility and doing more that way. And again, I think this is, listen, for me personally, I didn't serve. You know, this connection for me comes back to my leg injury at the end of my career. And I was in a really dark place, right? I almost lost my leg, almost lost my life, and my prognosis was not very good for a long, long time. And the only glimpse of hope for me was the folks in the military, right? Our servicemen and women who had, believe it or not, been through a similar injury and had rehabbed and gone back to service. I got access to this military medical care, and it changed my life. And again, to get to rehab alongside our servicemen and women and to see that resiliency and courage up close, to be a part of that team for a couple years. Again, it's the first place that I said out loud that I wanted to play football. I never would have stepped foot on a football field again if it wasn't for the chance to be a part of that team for a little while. And so for me, it's about flipping that around now, right? Our veterans need us, and we can do more as a community. There's a ton of resources out there for folks that don't know what to do. Go to usaa.com/Veterans Day. A ton of information out there for what you can do in your community.
And Air Force Major General Rob Labruta, you, after you served, when you retired, you ended up working for USAA. And part of the effort I know that's going on right now is to raise money and match funds.
Yeah, absolutely. You're talking about our Face the Fight program. Before I get to that, let me just say that 17 million of us are veterans in this great country of ours. Most of us are thriving, okay, and most of us are winning on this side of the fence lines. But as you stated, we do have folks... Think back to COVID when we were isolated, right? We know all the ramifications thereof, and that's the reason why this program is so important, to reach out and to make a connection with a veteran. But we're going beyond that. So Face the Fight, we started in 2023. We now have 250 organizations that are a part of it, millions of dollars that are going into this program, a lot of volunteer work. So far, 5,000 veterans have actually taken advantage of the services that are provided by mental health professionals so that we can not only mitigate suicide, but actually eliminate it from the lexicon, but making sure that they're connected, making sure that they have the services and the support they need to be able to come out on the other side and win in this stage of life. And yes, USAA is matching funds through the month of November. Every dollar that is given, we are going to match that up to $1 million. So whether it's asking a veteran to go to have a cup of coffee or to a meal, or to actually donate to this great program, you can make a difference by getting involved and actually reaching out and taking action behind those thank yous.
Alex, you mentioned your experience of having this life-threatening injury and, you know, being in a facility where other folks who were, you know, serving the military had similar injuries. I'm wondering, have you been able to keep in touch with any of those folks that you saw at the hospital?
Yes, I have. I've been back multiple times over the years. In fact, I was just there 2 days ago and got to go down. It is a special place. that I cherish, and the people down there and what it embodies. You know, listen,
and that
was
was
really
in San
struggling.
Antonio, right?
In San Antonio, Texas. It's part of the Brooke Army Medical Center down there, BAMC. It's called the Center for the Intrepid, and it is the top rehabilitation clinic in the world when it comes to limb injuries. And again, for me to get to go down there, again, to rehab alongside the greatest team on the planet, to see, again, that kind of courage, the resiliency, to get pushed and supported like that, like it changed my life. And again, the bonds that were shared, to get to go down there, and I just saw the new cohort that's going through, a bunch of kids with legs that look just like mine, and it's fun to get to roll up your pant leg and share scars and you know, hear about where they're at, and that shared experience is something, again, that I cherish and you know, love passing on. I know what it meant to me when I was there, to have that kind of same mentorship, and again, that's what this is about. I think those kinds of relationships. There isn't a right thing to say in these situations, and again, with our veterans, and it's about getting past that, right? Dig deeper, have a conversation, have a real connection.
Yeah, and I'll give Major General the last word here. That was actually, Alex segued it perfectly for me. That was actually what I was going to say, because I often never know beyond thank you for your service what the sentence is after that.
Yeah, well, you know, it's basically just engaging with them and getting to know them, you know, and bringing them in and treating them like any other neighbor that's in your community, right? Asking questions, finding out about their service, finding out what they might need, okay, and their families need, so that they can make a good transition back into your communities. That's what this is all about. And oh, by the way, we need to learn on our side of the house, too. We need to figure out how we can make our way back into the communities that we served for so long, and we are eager to do so. So it's a two-way street, right? It's a give and take here. But if we reach out and we make a connection with those veterans and those veteran families, man, you can make a world of difference in somebody's life.
Hey, I really appreciate talking to both of you. Alex Smith and Major General, thanks for the time. And again, happy Veterans Day.